I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching Geek Brief TV. This is Brief 265. We've used Google Docs, formerly known and loved as Writely, since brief number 20. Docs has a friendly competitor called Zoho Writer. I've played with it a few times, but since all our shared documents are stored by Google, I haven't really given Zoho enough of a look. Yesterday, Zoho announced a breakthrough in the world of online word processing. Zoho now has an offline mode that allows users to not just read documents in offline mode, but also to write and edit offline. They use Google Gears to make it work. I look forward to dropping Office in the trash, and it's not because I dislike Office, it's because I want as little software as possible taking up space on my hard drive. There's a link in the show notes to a screencast explaining exactly how the Zoho Writer offline mode works. A lot of GBTV viewers are ITV users because a lot of you are Mac users. If you have an ITV remote, there's an updated application called Remote Buddy that empowers your ITV remote to control lots and lots of other stuff on your Mac. It offers a concise interface that makes it simple to assign remote buttons to do what you want. It has built-in support for over 100 applications and system parameters. After yesterday's brief, someone sent an email asking if I could tell them where to find a fireplace video like this. The answer is iule.tv, and it was inspired by a book we found out about at South by Southwest called 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss. I'm not interested in only working 4 hours a week. I'm interested in finding ways to automate as many redundant processes in my life as I can. Tim's book is filled with solid advice for doing that. Let's talk to him about it. Now, I started reading your book, The 4-Hour Workweek, after South by Southwest, and I would talk about it to somebody and I would wind up giving the book away to them, so I would have to go buy another copy, and then I would talk about it to somebody else and I would give away that copy. So I actually bought 3 copies before I finished the book. You did a great job with it.
Oh, thanks.
I have no desire personally to only work 4 hours.
Right.
But what your book does is it gives very practical instructions for setting up businesses in a way that they just kind of run themselves. So that's what it's really all about, right?
It is definitely one of the options in the buffet of lifestyle design, so to speak. The 4-Hour Workweek, the title is very often misunderstood and misinterpreted in the sense that, like I'm sure you've noticed, it's definitely not about inactivity or being idle. It's about creating that time and allocating it to the things that you actually want to spend time doing. But a big part of it is learning how to shift from presence-based thinking to systems-based thinking, and that's whether for business or for personal life. I mean, it's really getting very analytical about automating the things that can be automated that you really just don't want to spend your creative energy on.
So I want you to tell me about Lit Liberation. What's it all about?
So Lit Liberation really began as an experiment. I recognize that in my life I've had some opportunities that wouldn't have been afforded to me had I been born somewhere else or in a different, simply in a different social class or socioeconomic class. And Lit Liberation focuses on extending the gift of literacy to people in not only underfunded public schools in the U.S., but also overseas, so building libraries as well as schools in places like Nepal or Vietnam. And recognizing that the only way, in my opinion, to break the cycle of poverty, whether that's in the U.S. or elsewhere, is to empower people. I don't believe that charity works terribly well. I think that when you give people the tools to become self-sufficient, that's really when you're able to intervene and make a difference, not only for one person, but for the generations that follow. And in particular, Lit Liberation focuses on education for girls overseas, because it's essentially when you educate a girl, you educate a woman, therefore a mother, and men, I guess, are more likely to blow it on, who knows, gambling and gambling and women and race cars and all sorts of things. Women tend to be better suited to actually educating an entire family, so the trickle-down effect is much stronger.
And people can find you at 4hourworkweek.com, right?
That's right. Yeah,
Okay.
4hourworkweek.com, FOUR, or however you choose to misspell it.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks so much, Callie.
There's a link in the show notes to my full conversation with Tim. It's about 12 minutes long. I'm Callie Lewis, and I use promo code GB2 to register iule.tv at GoDaddy.com. Thanks for watching. And you are on Twitter? I'm following you.
I am not on Twitter.
You are.
Am I?
Yes.